Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. In between some painting, I've got a little time. I want to work on this project. So I was driving home, I saw this sitting next to the road. And thought, well, the frame looks to all be there. And it's got the little pan for the bottom. Wonder just how bad it is. So I stopped and looked at it. Realized that the wheels are in good shape. Little casters down here on this end aren't much to speak of, but they don't carry a lot of weight anyways. This is a lightweight cart, but it has a couple of neat features. It acts like a regular hand cart, but if you take these pins out, you can swing this around and mount it like that. So you've got a four-wheel cart to be able to push things around and have it sit flat for carrying boxes. Kind of handy. So anyways, I thought I'll bring it home and take a look at it. Even though it has all its pieces and parts, somebody looks like they had a problem with it. Now, from looking at this thing, I'd say that it was laying like this on the floor of the garage and somebody ran into it with a car and drove up over the axle. Now, the wheels are in good shape. They still spin. They're not bent, at least not too bad. But this axle, that's pretty rough. Now the wheels come off by taking out these two little cotter pins. Easily remove with a pair of pliers. Needle nose, my favorite for taking out cotter pins, because I can get right in there and grab a hold of them easily. Put these loose items over on the shelf so I don't lose them. Now this axle would normally just slide right out, but as you can see, it's got a big divot in here. And now these two pieces that are the axle mounts are twisted. Also, where that plate, the angle plate that makes the base of the cart bolts on, these tubes are crushed. Pretty lightweight tubes. And they're crushed flat, which was caused by the weight going down on this, bending on that plate, crushing those tubes, twisting these frames. So that means I have to fix this to get this axle out before I can fix these. Now, I don't have a dake. I have a Harbor Freight. This is a C-frame press. Not near as strong as a 4-poster, but it's a 10-ton press. That'll handle most of the things that I need to do. What I intend to do is set that like that, then use this C-channel press to push that center hump down. need to move over, get that hump lined up underneath the ram. Getting better. The advantage to doing this, instead of trying to take the axle off and straighten it outside the frame, is I can use the axle to help straighten the frame. You always want to screw these pieces on full thread. You want to have the thread not supporting the weight, you want to have the shoulder supporting the weight, because this end cap goes up against the shoulder on the ram and stops turning. That sets the cap up so it's pushing solidly against steel instead of trying to force the threads out of position. Now I'm going to try and drive this frame that direction while I still got the axle in it. Now I'm going to push on the axle a little bit just because it's there. Now I twisted it around a little bit, but not like I wanted it to. Put a bow in the frame here. I'll have to knock out. There, I thought as much. It was just the tube sprung. The axle's still got a kink in it, but we'll finish that after I get the frame fairly straight. Now I have to be careful because I can rip this frame. And I don't want to tear these off if I don't have to. Matter of fact, I don't think I have to. I just have to be careful how I go about it.
With the axle mounts clamped in the vise, I was able to use the frame of the cart as a lever to pull the axle mounts around straight. Battery died. Sorry about that.
With the frame straightened out, the axle flips in and out of there pretty good. Of course, I got a lot of clearance on that. Well, this axle is not round. It's kind of oval shaped. Got flat spots in the middle, but I think I got it pretty close to where it's actually going to work as an axle for a handcart. The only real way to fix this thing is get rid of that oval shape and put a real round axle in it. But we'll see if we can get this to work first. We got that part done. See if we can round out that tubing a little bit. That side's not too bad. This other side's in rough. We'll use this chisel and the vise like a Bic. Tinsmith uses a piece like this. They call it a Bic. They put it in a Pexto table or Pexto bench. And pound the kinks out of a tube. You can use it to form cone shapes. In this case, we're knocking a flat spot out of a round. Well, this was built to slide into this end. If it slides into this end, I got it. Yep. Okay, we're straight. Well, the axle in and straight. We'll slip on the inside washer. flip the wheel over, flip on the outside washer, grab a pair of needle nose pliers, straighten out this twisted up old cotter pin. Pinch it together, slide it through. Twist it around. I like to take the ends of the cotter pin and crimp them right down tight so that they're not sticking out like fork tines to grab a hold of you. Now this steel plate is supposed to bolt on just like that. But as you can see, it's pretty well hammered. So we're going to take it over on the press, see if we can't get that flattened out like it's supposed to be.
Now the easiest way to do this would be to take it out to the blacksmith shop, clamp it in the post vise, hammer it around straight, and then flatten it on the anvil if it needed it. But that would mean I'd have to dig out all the stuff out of the blacksmith shop, and I don't really want to do that right now. So I'm going to use the press brake and some improvised tooling.
I need a narrower piece there to push against. So let's see if we can adapt this into our purpose. This way, two-wheel cart. This way, four-wheel cart. I think it's going to be kind of handy. Say I got four of these to move. Set four on the frame, throw a scrap around the handle, wheel them where I need to go. Still needs a couple of improvements that I can see, and I might get to those. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the US or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.